Alright, and hello everyone, my name is B-rad and welcome back to F1 24 Manager Road to Glory Career Mode. And we're here now for race 11 of the season here for the Road to Glory with Sauber. And we are going to be racing for race 11 of the season at Austria for the Austrian Grand Prix. Last time we did do the Spanish Grand Prix, and to say the very least, we actually almost got another podium finish, and we were able to do decently. We ended up getting some points for both of our drivers. We are officially gaining on Piastri. Pretty much in a fighting chance for P6 in the Drivers' Championship. We are also in contention in the Constructors' Championship. If things keep going the way they are, we'll basically pretty much lock up P4 in the Constructors here with our first podium of the season. So yeah, hopefully everything goes pretty good here for our team here. The pit challenge, we're not doing very well in the pit challenge. So yeah, pit challenges hasn't been going well this year. And with that, before I continue with this video, I really would appreciate if you like and subscribe down below. And I really would appreciate also if you hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video from me, as I do upload every day. And also, I have TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch as well. I do get all the videos from Twitch, so if you want to catch me live on Twitch, I also would appreciate it if you go follow me on Twitch using the username down below in the description. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get to business here at Austria, preparing for the Austrian Grand Prix. So, taking a look here at the stuff that we have here. Our new ATR period has officially come in. The chassis passed for our car 1. Rear wing on both cars failed. The underfloor on car 2 failed. So we will go ahead and replace the rear wing on both of our cars. So now we're going to have to manufacture the rear wing, which we will get to pretty soon, actually. So, speaking of the rear wing, we're actually going to go ahead and go to research, and then go to the rear wing, and we're going to use all the ATR period we have at our disposal here to make our rear wing as good as possible for next season's car. So yeah. We're going to go ahead and just do one person here and then put 5 employees into... Actually, I might put some employees in other projects like the side pod here, just to get that going. So taking a look at the warehouse, we have 2 chassis now. So we will go ahead and put the chassis on Joe's car again. Side pods, we finally have more side pods. Suspension, have multiple. So we're going to be pretty quick here at the Austrian Grand Prix. So now we have our side pod that just came in. Wonderful. And so we'll go ahead and put in 4 extra rear wings, just so that we can have them for the next couple of Grand Prix here. Once again, our head of aero department is enthusiastic, so we're getting some really good performance out of him, as well as for Valtteri, he's enthusiastic with the car. So it's gonna be pretty interesting again to see how good this car can be. Taking a look at our scouting department. If we take a look at yeah, so we're taking a look here. Scouted, everything is at the moment the same. So we don't have to worry about rescouting them or anything for a bit. So taking a look at our excuse me. Take a look at the cost cap for the season. We have 75.5 million left in the cost cap before we end the season. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how much money we'll have at the end of the year. Sponsor plan. Our sponsor plan doesn't end until basically after Spa. So once we get to Belgium, that is when, pretty much at Spa, right after the Belgian Grand Prix, we'll actually get our money, which should be $4 million, but we're getting close to the target here. So we'll go ahead now and kind of get ready here for the Austrian Grand Prix weekend. So it looks like we'll get a rear wing in and a spare rear wing for the Grand Prix. So wonderful. And we'll go ahead and save. And take a look at the email here. Obviously, strategy stuff. The strategy for the Grand Prix. So, yeah. So it's going to be cold. This weekend we'll have a sprint race, so we will save FP1, go through the whole session over and over. Looks like it's going to be cold this race, so maintaining tire temperatures might be tough, but we're not expecting rain. So looks like that rain for this Grand Prix is not going to be an issue. So we'll see how the car performs at Austria. And speaking of, this will be the first time that we may not score points since, really, Japan, let's be honest ourselves. We've finished in the points in every single race up to this point. If we go to the standings, go to Grand Prix, we have been in the points since Japan. And we might get to a point where it is going to get to a point, though, where we may not score this race. This might be the first time since forever ago, basically, when the season kind of started out, we didn't have a chance of scoring points going into this race. Or going into, some of the other tracks. But this race in particular will be a weekend where we may not even score points at all this race. So this weekend. So we're going to go ahead and go to race targets here. So it's going to be 16th for Valtteri. Knowing Joe Guan Yu, I'm probably going to lower my expectations a little bit. Probably put him in 18th here. So we're going to go ahead and get ready for the Austrian Grand Prix weekend for the 11th round of the season. So it is now the halfway point of the year. Once you pretty much get done with a third sprint race of the season, you kind of have essentially just got through with half of the season. So a lot could still change with half the races left to go. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on components for both Valtteri and Joe here, because again, components is gonna be the game pretty much we'll be playing for the rest of the year, is managing our powertrain components and make sure that we don't have to buy any by the end of the season, because I really do not want to buy extra powertrain components, because that will hurt us on the cost cap side of things for this Grand Prix weekend, or for the whole season rather. So it's gonna be quite tricky this time around. Hopefully we can find some speed this race weekend. I doubt we'll find speed, but honestly, who knows? It could be literally it could be, anything can happen in Formula 1. So never say never about anything, but we're going to go ahead and actually see if I saved, and
Okay,
I did.
so the
cool.
green light is now.
So we'll go ahead and send both drivers out onto FP1, which will be the only practice session we'll ever get here. So once again, we will take a look at, so we will be paying attention to our components here. Our engine on both cars and the gearbox will probably have a chance of exploding.
They're still the same. The tires are on the
There's a
cold side.
chance they could explode this race, and Chambers spun. Huh. I think it's girl, yeah it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that's girl. Females, am I right? Females, am I right? When it comes to race cars? I'm not trying to say anything mean to females, but you know, the car is not very good. Your driver is not very smart. Alright.
How's the tire, you think?
Tires are the cold side, try to put a bit more temperature.
And try to keep the temperatures up on these tires. How is the balance?
Alright.
Yes. That's good. Thank you. Copy, copy.
So Valtteri is pretty much ready to go. For this, pretty much here now, with his setup, feedback. So oversteer is great, braking stability is great, cornering is great, and traction and straights are optimal. Very good for Valtteri. So we're going to go here in the front wing, down on this as well as this. So that will be the setup changes for Valtteri. And we're going to only roll with the hard tires. Since, so looks like Joe will have to do another lap.
Copy, copy, Joe.
I might do a stream later today, for COD Zombies. I haven't done that in a while. But, I haven't done COD Zombies stream in a while. If y'all remember the right-handing high round attempt that I was doing on the channel briefly, let's just say that I might have to do a rerun, because I was kind of testing, like, well, it's not even a rerun, more or less, it's not, I can't even call it a rerun, it's more or less a practice run to see how high I can really go, which, let's be honest, I have seen other people do it, and the highest I've seen outside of myself is like around 50 or something like that. So I want to test the Mr. Peaks Field upgrade with the augments I've been hearing that is really good for, and also the Ether Blade quest as well. And we're going to go for, we're going to test the Ether Blade and Mr. Peaks during the Easter egg boss fight, as well as what you want to call it, high rounds and the Easter egg boss fight, because that's going to be good. There's like particular augments I have to change for the Ether Blade to be good, but either way then, Getting ready though for feedback
Try to work
for
a bit more on
Valtteri.
balance and up now.
Getting ready for that point.
So I'll
There
take
it
some
is.
quick comments. Pretty sweet. Copy. Understood.
Alright, so now we're taking a look at Valtteri's car once again. Great at oversteer, braking stability is at optimal. Everything else is at great. We're just gonna tune his setup. And then I'm just gonna do this. And now we'll just have to put Joe Guanyu in the pits so we can get feedback on his setup. .95, so he'll come down pit road.
Okay, no problem.
Alright. So we're going to go ahead and load back into FP1. Oh. So for Joe, it's going to be this. That is his change, literally, from this session altogether. And then Valtteri is a little bit different. We got to take this out, this, and then that for Valtteri Bottas. As far as this setup, so hopefully everyone is enjoying. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their day so far, or night, wherever you are. Hopefully you're having a good day, or having a good time with how things are so far with this series. All right.
We've got a yellow flag here.
All okay?
All right.
Keep the same. Okay.
So Valtteri is 100%. I'm not going to change that just yet. So I want to wait till Joe.
I feel very natural
Yep.
with this balance at the minute.
Okay, copy Joe.
Alright, so Joe wants his setup change. It's going to be good, I think. Yep, good on his braking stability while everything's optimal. So now we'll just need to do this. To Joe Guanyu setup. So there's that. And I'm going to send Valtteri back out to do a second stint of the hard tires.
Copy.
So there's Joe. Alright, Valtteri is heading back to the garage. And there's Valtteri. Getting him back on track.
I'm so happy.
Copy, Joe.
Alright, they are both ready for the Grand Prix. So, I think Joe has enough time to stay on the hards. Yep, he does. So we're going to go ahead and let him stay on track. He's going to get 2 laps. Sorry, that was in my mic. So he get that. Joe's on his last lap. Valtteri's on his last lap. So
Okay, Joe. More than.
yeah, very good session for both of our drivers. Carlos Sainz ends up being fastest in FP1, and then there's Perez, Verstappen, right with Carlos Sainz by 2/10. Then you have Pato O'Ward, who was just right behind them. Again, last 2 cars on the grid is where we finish, and we have high confidence for the drivers. Very good for Joe, Guan Yu, and Valtteri.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Alright, it is time for Sprint Race Weekend number 3 of the season, and we are pretty much halfway of the year, it feels like. But we are not quite halfway there yet. We still gotta do Silverstone to be considered halfway through the season. So we kind of are pretty much through with our gearbox. We're on our last ERS for both cars. So things have not been good for the team as of late. Or as far as components. But here we go. Time to go for SQ1.
Okay, green.
And I'm going to send Valtteri and Joe out early. They have 1 shot to get it right in this session. So that's probably the best they're going to get out of the car.
Let's take a closer look.
Let's see what happened to
Now
Stroll.
we're through the last turn here. And wide they go, leaving
Wow.
the racing line. And you really can't do that too often with these cars.
That just hurt Stroll's lap time very badly. He was 3 seconds behind Max Verstappen. And he doesn't even improve his time all that much. And we're actually gonna move on to the next session. So it looks like Ocon, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Magnussen, and I believe at the corner of my eye I saw that Logan Sargent, Magnussen, Stroll, Hulkenberg, and Ocon all out of SQ2. Max Verstappen was the fastest in SQ1. And we were 7th and 9th. I think the AI could possibly be on older components, which could be helping us out a little bit.
5 seconds to the green.
And we're going to let him out early again. We're going to have traffic early in lap 2 of the run.
So
Joe improves just a little bit.
Okay, Valtteri.
Yeah, Joe pretty much improved his lap time. I think that might be enough. But if we go over here, yeah, we can only use the tires we have available to us. So we can't really do anything here. Are we going to go to SQ3? Yes, we will. So it looks like Lando Norris Daniel Ricciardo, Alex Albon, George Russell, Pierre Gasly, and Lando Norris all miss out on SQ3. Carlos Sainz was fastest in SQ2. Again, we are pretty much showing that we have the pace to stay within the top 10, which is really good. Even if both cars on paper were supposed to be out of the points. That just goes to show that how persistent we are as a team.
Green at the moment.
So, looks like Tsunoda will be in the back bumper of our car. Tsunoda ran wide, and Tsunoda barely improved his lap at
We're
all.
in a good situation here. And you can cool the engine.
And Joe, yeah, he can't even get on a new tire. So that's pretty much it for his run. So, yeah. Joe's going to be kind of screwed in the sprint race. So we'll start 7th and 9th for the sprint race. With Valtteri's, yeah, he improved from session to session. Joe almost did the same. Max Verstappen will be the pole sitter for the sprint race alongside with Carlos Sainz. So that is the grid for the sprint race here in Austria.
We're back, and the action is set to get even better today as the drivers go racing in the sprint.
The prospect of bagging a few extra points is certainly going to spur these teams on to fight competitively and finish in the top spots.
So who will reach the peak?
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and... we're being offered up the hard tire to start the sprint race. I think, the hard tire might be the way to go for the sprint race, if I'll be honest myself. But I don't know if it will be the tire to go with. We'll see what everybody does here.
Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint.
We got some on hards, then we have some on the mediums. Yeah, so a lot of them are on the hards, so... well, I guess we're gonna go hards, and the lights out, and away we go, here for the sprint race at Austria. We're in the last two positions as far as sprint points is concerned. Fastest lap will not allow us to get an extra point. What the? What happened to Joe?
Take a look now.
He's down to 10th
Here,
now.
We're taking turn 6.
Oh.
The gap opens up for them.
Oh. Oh, man. So he basically, and the kindest way I'll say it, Valtteri kind of pushed him wide. Essentially. That's lovely to see. And Joe kicks down all the way to 13th. He doesn't have damage. I think he just got thrown off rhythm here. Magnussen has a mechanical fault. So it looks like Magnussen has an engine issue, most likely. So yeah, Magnussen I think has an engine power issue. And both drivers are good to go on fuel. Alright, here we go. Last lap. Oh my god, the game is shaking.
Sainz crosses the line to win the sprint.
And Carlos Sainz will win the sprint race. And we're going to get P6 here.
Position 6. Good strategy. Thanks. Good job, Valtteri. And when you come to a
And
stop,
we're going to get
please just
12th
make
as
sure
well.
you leave the high voltage on.
Okay, Joe, that was a check at the back. Was a good job for your side, a solid race.
Was a good race, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Joe, reminder, full switch off procedure.
Well, not bad. Finished 12th in P6. Not very
Well
good for
done,
Joe,
Valtteri
but...
Bottas. A points finish in today's sprint.
I imagine they'll roll up their sleeves now and make sure their next performance goes even better.
Time? What? Anyway, Carlos Sainz wins the sprint race. We're going to get P6 here. So we only get 3 points.
Will practice pay off for the drivers? Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
So we're going to go ahead and go right into qualifying. So let's see how we do.
And that should be the green lights now. And you can cool the engine a bit. Copy.
So Voucher did better in his first lap than he did the second time around. Joe did not improve. So, interesting. And it looks like Joe is just not getting there in speed. Gonna allow him to do another lap or so.
I want straight.
Yo Guan Yu is the focus here. And that's where they slightly run off the track. Fighting.
Oh my. And he's gonna go P13, and that will be enough to get in into Q2. Carlos Sainz fastest in Q1. And the last car to get in was the last car to get into Q2 was Logan Sargent. Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Ocon, Albon, and Gasly all miss out in Q2. And we're going to go ahead and go right into Q2.
Over the line, mode charge,
Not bad.
Stay negative on your delta.
Here's the replay.
Tsunoda locked
This
up.
one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. Things were all right here. And the car fails to respond. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
Can't tell if it was on his hot lap or hot lap. I think it was already in his cooldown. And Joe will not make it to Q3. So, Max Verstappen fastest in Q2. Russell, Tsunoda, Joe, Sargent, and Daniel Ricciardo all miss out Q3. Very interesting. And let's go ahead and send them out.
We should have the green light now. Over the line, mode charge. Slow in, stay negative in your delta.
Looks like something happened to Stroll. I think he went wide. Or I don't know. Yeah, we're going to start P9 for the Grand Prix. So Charles Leclerc will start on pole position for this Grand Prix. So, very good. We'll start 9th and 13th for the Grand Prix. So now we're going to go ahead and go into the main race.
Here among the mountains and...
Alright, let's go ahead and get ready. So we're going to be on a conserve strategy. This is on a whole nother level. Yeah, if you thought all my conserve strategies were crazy, we have to do this one the conservative way. Because we don't have a single hard tire available to us. We did have an intermediate in case a safety car does come out. So Joe's gonna start on conserve softs, and yeah, let's go ahead and race here at Austria. So let's go ahead and do it.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. We look now to Esteban Ocon, who's clearly ready and raring to go.
What can they manage from 18? It'll be interesting to see, that's for sure.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And lights out and away we go. It looks like Valtteri got a good start. Oh, Piastri, what happened to him? We're gonna gain a spot. Couple of spots on the start. And look at us, already into P6. Hamilton is in second place on the hards. He's holding Carlos Sainz, Perez, and Lando Norris, all for P2. How about this? The 7-time champ is in the second spot, trying to hold off the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz, the Red Bull of Sergio Perez, and the McLaren of Lando Norris, and what will be soon the Sauber of Bottas. Oh, he got pushed wide. Oh, that's... Oh. Oh, no. If anything will get worse for Sir Lewis Hamilton.
No overtake. Mode charge. Mode charge.
Issue is big or it's okay?
Oh my.
Mr. Joe, we check on it.
Bro. Bro.
Mode race, okay.
Copy.
Bro. Bro. How? How did you do this? I'm fascinated of how you ever do this, Joe. Joe, you are not a good driver. You are absolutely garbage. Carlos Sainz, fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
Now we've an incident here. Kevin
Oh.
Magnussen, it looks like.
Alright, Magnussen, let's see what happened. We're basically just holding on to points at this point. So pit cycle is opening now. There was open now.
Yes, copy.
Alright. Voucher in the pits.
Okay, so box. Yep, coming in.
Alright, here comes Valtteri. 2.9, 2.7. Now we're seeing the hards being put on. Alright. Alright, P6 at the moment for Valtteri. And we're P12 at right. Well, P12 for Joe. BSC. That's not really gonna do anything here.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Alright, let's see what happened. Magnussen spun it again. Hit the wall. It's not even worth it coming down. And Piastri gets fastest lap of the race so far.
Our window is open.
Copy.
Alright. Not bad. Yeah, I just gotta chase down everyone else that's on different tires. So Stroll ahead of Joe. Yep.
Virtual safety car. Follow your delta. Okay.
And Russell's out of the race. Huh. Let's see what happens. Oh. What happened to Russell? And both of our drivers now can make it on fuel.
Mode push. Yeah, copy.
No overtake now.
Copy.
I could still, Joe could still get any wreck here.
confirm we need some liftoff.
Copy. Yep, still the same.
The tyres are on the cold side.
I don't think we're going to get to Leclerc, honestly. I gave Joe the expectation of 18th, and here I am seeing it fall flat on my face right now.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Here we come. Carlos Sainz is on his way to win another Grand Prix for this season. He's been on a roll lately here at Ferrari, and he's gonna win the Austrian GP. And here comes Verstappen to get second place. Carlos Sainz wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Norris rounds out the podium places. But here comes Perez, who's on softs that probably wouldn't have made it if he had not managed those tires. He'll go 4th place. Piastri in 5th. And how about this? Leclerc and Bottas 6th and 7th. And Alonso is going to come to the line for P8. And then we have now Joe coming around as well to come home to P9, and Hamilton, after having a really bad race to his standards, he'll finish P10, and Joe outside of the points by a handful of seconds.
And Valtteri Bottas didn't disappoint.
There we go.
The Finn demonstrating his incredible talent.
There wasn't too much expectation on them today, but they fought hard and found themselves in the points.
A great display of team spirit there, as everyone finally gets the chance to share this moment. The Ferrari driver scores a podium after an incredible race to come home and finish in the top 3.
Four superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
Well, there were mountains to overcome here in Austria, but those 3 managed to climb to the top. So then, Karun, how do you think the Sauber team will be feeling after that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
Probably the greatest race of the year that you'll probably see in Formula 1, but Carlos Sainz, though, does bring home the win here at Austria. Max Verstappen did claim the fast lap. He'll get second place, with Lando getting 3rd place. Valtteri comes home, P7. Again, managed to break my expectation of not being able to score points this weekend. He scored some points in the sprint race and this one as well. Talking about consistency, and Piastri just got ahead of him. Carlos Sainz now is pretty much at this point in the championship fight with 4 wins this season. He went from somebody who won a race, completely fell off the map, and now Carlos Sainz has finally reignited that spark late in the first half of the season. And Max Verstappen, he has 3 wins, 8 podiums. And how about Carlos Sainz, who has 4 wins, 7 podiums? Lando, who has 2 wins but 7 podiums. And Leclerc with 2 wins, 5 podiums as well, with Perez getting 4. Unfortunately, though, Leclerc, didn't get on the podium today. But I think he'll take a solid finish for the Grand Prix. Leclerc and Sainz do swap positions for third. Tsunoda and Russell swap out for 11th. And Sargent moves ahead of Ocon because of average finish. Did get higher for the Williams of Logan Sargent there. And now taking a look at the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari continues to pull away from the Red Bull. As well as McLaren. So it looks like McLaren at this point went from being inside the championship conversation to outside of the conversation now. So it looks like Ferrari has finally gotten the car they needed to win this season. Either way then, Alpine, again, still last in the Constructors. Pretty much 3 of the 10 teams still have yet to score a single point this season. And back again at the Drivers' Championship, it may seem like that Perez did score a bit of points in this year. Did score a few points this year. But unfortunately, Perez hasn't got enough points to compete with anyone else in the championship. And it looks like as though that he may not have a shot at the end of the year for P4. So he could be a midfield driver at the end of the year, probably towards like 6th or 7th maybe, if he gets really bad performances. But either way though, we take a look at the DHL top 10 fastest pit stops. Unfortunately, our team again has yet to be listed in the top 10 for the fastest pit stop. So Piastri and the McLaren did get the fastest stop, and that is their fastest pit stop this season. Ferrari just got their quickest of the year as well. Let's see. Did anyone break records? Williams actually just did their fastest stop of the year. So that's going to be really interesting. Ferrari and RB move up ahead of Alpine now. Again, tied for RB and Alpine for the DHL, but we are not going to be able to score points at the end of the year. For a season, but there we go though, $900,000, not bad amount of money we earned today. So there we pretty much go. So Lena lost a little bit of rating, suspension. Research complete there. And it looks like both of our drivers now are enthusiastic here. Joe is really happy about the Constructors' results, which I wouldn't blame him. So with that, we're going to end it here. I'm going to end it here. If y'all enjoy this, I really appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new around here. And also, I really appreciate it as well if you hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video from me. And I also have TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch. And go follow me using the usernames down below on those platforms. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. With that, guys, I'm going to end it here. Really good race. We got some solid points. And with that, guys, I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace out, everybody.